Good evening, all of you. I hope you can clearly see me and hear me. Good evening, Sanu. Okay, so I welcome you to this session, last lap to MAH CET MBA 2022 Para Jumbles Demystified. Right? Some of you already know me. I am Nikita. Right? So here we'll talk about what all types of parajumble questions can be asked in the exam, what all formats can be asked, and we'll talk about the unique MAH CET question type, right? Something that scares a lot of you. We'll address that also. Good evening, all of you. Hi, hi. I may not be able to address all of you by your names, but I wish you a very good evening. All right, so I hope I am clearly visible and audible to all of you. So, Yash, not really. I am also good. I'm also good. I hope the same for you. Priya. Okay. Good evening, Ankita, Athar, Sarish, Jayashree, Harshal, Priya. Good evening, all of you. Anuja. Okay. So, as some of you are still joining, yes, those who are here, tell me what all types of questions you have encountered while practicing for your MAH CET. Yes. Tell me what all question types you have encountered. Same here, Bharti. So 5 sentence parajumbles would be one. Okay, okay. No issues, Rivi. Happy learning. Right. I hope there's no buffering for you, right? And things are fine. The video is running fine for you. Just checking once. Thank you, Dharmi. Same here. Hi, Om. Hello. Good evening, Sri Vishnu, Mamta. Okay, fine. Perfect then. Perfect. Okay. Which is the second sentence of the parajumble? Which is the third sentence of the parajumble? Which is the which sentences do not change their order, even after rearrangement? Then, so this is basically what we call a parajumble set. Okay. So we will look at a parajumble set today, and apart from that, okay, perfect, perfect. Great. Apart from that, we'll look at 5 sentence parajumbles also. Why 5 sentence parajumbles? Because last year in MAH CET, you had the usual 5 sentence parajumbles only. No parajumble set was there. Right? Also, one question type that I have seen in your past year papers is, which of the following sentences does not match in its theme with the rest of the sentences? So 5 sentences are given to you. 4 of them match a theme, 1 of them does not. So we just have to find out that. So it's nothing but an odd sentence out parajumble, right? So we'll look at that also. Okay, 7 sentence parajumble. Yes, yes, we will address that. We will look at that. So let's begin with our session and I'll show you what all we are going to cover today. Okay. Before we begin, however, we have this announcement. I'm sure a lot of you are aware by now that we are conducting a session on August 6th at 7 p.m. This is about your 100-day strategy for CAT 2022. As you all know that the notification is out, the registration for CAT has already begun. IIM Bangalore is conducting it this year. So you should know what you know need to expect, what you need to prepare for. All of those things will be addressed in this session by Gautam Baba sir and Srinivas sir. So do attend it tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right. Now, coming to why this session, of course, to practice various question formats as we just discussed. 3 question formats we are going to discuss. Now, in MAH CET, how are the parajumbles different from the other exams? There can be up to 7 sentences, as one of you just mentioned, right? It's also possible that the first and the last sentences are fixed in their position. You have to arrange the middle 5. That's also possible. Then there can be up to 6 to 7 questions in one set of parajumble. So it becomes just like an RC passage that way. And grammar and vocabulary questions can also be framed in this parajumble set. So this is how an MAH CET parajumble can differ from your usual parajumbles, right? So this is what we are going to address today. We are going to look at various question types today. Okay, okay. Some query here. The free mock is live till midnight today. Till midnight, 12 midnight. Okay. Okay. Now, Coming to what is our agenda? So we will solve parajumbles with 7 sentences, 7 questions, 5 sentence parajumbles and odd sentence parajumbles as I just stated. So let's look at our first question. This is going to be a set. Okay. So I'm going to show you all the questions that have been asked after this parajumble. I'll tell you the purpose of it later on. Right. So here's the direction for the question, right? In the following set, 7 statements have been given. The first and the last statements are fixed. The other sentences, when rearranged, form a coherent paragraph. Arrange the parts to form a coherent and grammatically correct passage, basically paragraph, and answer the questions that follow. So first and last in their correct position, that's what we got to know. So I do not need to rearrange A and G. A and G are in their correct position, right? Okay. Now, before you straight away start arranging a parajumble which is followed by 6 to 7 questions, what is it that you should do? You should first look at all the questions before you start solving it right away. So this is your first question. Third statement after rearrangement. That means, okay, I'll have to rearrange it. Right. Sixth statement after rearrangement. All right. Then, which of the following statement remains at its original place, its initial place, even after rearrangement? Fine. Then, second after rearrangement. All right. From the given options, now here is the question that I like. From the given options, choose the one which represents the correct order of the sentences. So I have been given options here. Okay, so remember that in one of the years, you were not even given any options. So you had to make the entire sequence on your own. Here we have been given options. We are lucky, right? Okay. Then a fill in the blank question has been asked from you because we saw that in the first sentence there was a blank, right? And lastly, we have a grammar question from the part of a sentence that was highlighted. So this is all that we have, right? 7 questions. I have just shown you all the 7 questions. Why? Because if you do not look at all the questions, you might think of it as a question which does not have any options for rearrangement, and you might start rearranging on your own. Wastage of time, right? Then in case you find the parajumble to be difficult, you might just get discouraged and leave the entire parajumble. You should not do that. There is a vocabulary question and a grammar question also. Okay. Also, this gave me some very vital information, which was that although it looks like there are 7 questions, in reality, there are just 3 questions. Because the first 4 questions are sorted once you just make the sequence. Once you make the sequence, once you identify the sequence, the first 4 questions get sorted automatically. So in reality, there are just 3 questions, right? Okay, good evening to those who've just joined us, right? Now you never get parajumble correct. Okay, so Parth, let's address this. Let's solve this parajumble. Let's see if you get this correct or not. Okay, do not have this, as a set belief that you never get it correct, right? Okay, okay, all right. I can share the link of the mock. Yes, please share the link of the mock, right? Uh, some of you are facing a challenge in taking it. I'll share this with our team. Okay, don't worry. Okay, now that I've identified that there are 3 real questions, the first thing that I'll do is, okay, I'll look at the sentences. So I'll look at the sentences of my parajumble. So if you look at your sentences here, sorry, just changing the screen back. Yes, if you look at your parajumble here, it talks about India's weightlifters. Okay, that's what I get from the first sentence. Mirabai Chanu. Okay, so this seems like something that is familiar, right? Something that I can handle. So I will now proceed to look at my question number 5. My question number 5. What is that question? This one. Okay, because it gives me the options. Now A and G are fixed in their place, right? The options don't help me much right now at this stage without having looked at the paragraph, because if you see the second sentence varies for most of the options, C, B, F, D. So the options don't help me much here, but they will help me. So here I need to make probably just one mandatory pair, okay, and then when I look at the options, probably I'll be able to eliminate many options. But okay, just to throw in a bit of challenge for you, I am not showing you the options. Okay, you have to solve this as if no options were given to you, because such a question can appear, right? So solve this as if no options are available. Okay, I'm giving you 3 whole minutes. I'm very sure all of you will be able to solve it in 3 minutes. Okay, this is not that challenging a question. So let's begin. Okay, and I am starting the timer. Just a second. Starting the timer for you now. Okay, some issue with the timer. Don't worry about the timer. Right? I'm giving you 3 minutes. Solve it. Solve it. 3 minutes. Solve the question. Right? Okay. I am just reducing the size of my frame also so that I don't come in between here. 3 whole minutes available to you. Trust me, this is a very easy question and you will be able to solve it in less than that. Yes. Okay. Let's see what you say. Waiting for your responses. Take your time. You have a lot of time here. I'll tell you later on why I gave you 3 minutes. Raj, I'm afraid I don't have it. Uh, I wish someone from our team were here. They could have shared this link with you. Okay, I've got one response I've already got. All right, all right. Others, what do you say? Let's see, let's see. So just throwing in a bit of challenge for you, not giving you the options. All right, I've got another one. Okay. ACEDFBG. Okay. CEDFB. All right. CEDFB. All right. So I'm getting, okay. F is missing. Probably Stebbing, you forgot to write F. But A and G are in their correct position. The first and the last sentences are in their correct position. Okay. So A, G. All right. All right. So let's see what should come after A. A lot of you are saying C and you're absolutely correct. Okay. So here the easy part, I think the easy part, what makes this parajumble easy is to identify that C, okay, E and D. That's the sequence. CED is a mandatory sequence, right? Because why CED? Why not CDE? Yes, because in C, I first mentioned, okay, on Saturday, Mirabai Chanu won, right? Then why not end later that evening? Because see this, we are saying here in D to complete India's hat trick, right? Hat trick means someone else must have won in between, isn't it? So C, then E, the next day Jeremy Larinunga, okay, he won, and then D. So C, E, T is a sequence. Once you realize this, you also realize that this is in inverted commas and even our last sentence is in the inverted commas. So probably they are the quote of the same person. They have been said by the same person. So okay, B should come with G. Okay, A is the opening sentence. Then F says they did it. Who are these they? The people whom I've just mentioned in C, E and D. So A, C, E, D, F, B, G. So see, a lot of you got this correct. So do not, form these assumptions that I am not good at this topic, I am not good at that topic, right? It depends on the level of difficulty of the question also. So the moment I gave you a relatively easy question, you were able to form the entire sequence without even looking at the options, right? So let's have a look at the options now. Okay, there should be one such option. So what is the answer then? Yes, A, C, E, D, F, B, G. So our answer is option C here. Clear to everybody? So this is the first question that you should attempt when you are given the options. Okay, here I told you that you should form the entire sequence because I wanted to throw in a bit of a challenge for you. Otherwise, imagine in the exam, the moment you identify that CED is a sequence, your question has been solved. The moment you identify CED is a sequence, you don't need to worry any further. Then option C is your answer. Right? Okay. So Soumya, which part did you not get? Let me just repeat that. All right. Let's have a look at it again. So the first one is in its correct position. In the last few days, India's weightlifter, so that's the topic of discussion, dash it look easy. Right? So now my sentences C, E, D, they name some of these weightlifters, isn't it? Okay. So now they dash it look easy. That means they did something. So Mirabai Chanu actually demolished the rest of the field. She won, right, on Saturday. Then the next day, Jeremy Larinunga won. And later that evening, Achinta won. That's the name of the guy. He won to complete India's hat trick. So Achint has to come on the third number, isn't it? First Mirabai Chanu will come, then Jeremy, and then Achint will complete this hat trick. So CED is a sequence. Okay, so I said that once you realize that CED is a sequence and if you are given the options, you need not worry any further. You have found the answer because there's just one option, option C, that says that CED is a sequence, right? Okay, now further, if you were not given any options, then how would you make the sequence? Okay, A and G, opening and closing. B is in inverted commas. B is in inverted commas, and so is the last sentence G. If you see, it is also in inverted commas. So probably they represent the quote of a person. Somebody has said this, right? So BG belong together. BG belong together. Okay. Where do I place F? F says they did it with incredible nonchalance and grace. Who did it with incredible nonchalance and grace? These players, right? These weightlifters. So that means F should come after C, E, and D. Yes, and then the quote of this person will come. It's a very simple sequence. Okay. I hope, Soumya, now it is clear to you. All right. See, now I specially asked our team to post the link for you and they have posted it for you. Right. So I hope this settles your queries. Here's the link. You can copy paste it and you will be able to attempt the mock. All right. It's live till 12. Okay. Now, uh, coming to our next question, right? Now, you'll be able to attempt all those questions. Sixth after rearrangement, fifth after rearrangement. Now, all those questions will be done in a way, right? So, which is the other two real questions that are left? Let's attempt those. Right. So, fill in the blank. In the past few days, India's weightlifters dash look it easy. In the past few days, India's weightlifters dash look it easy. So what should come in this dash? Let's see who answers the fastest. This is an extremely easy question. It looks so easy. I've got absolutely correct, Sanil. Absolutely. Cherish says C. Karthik says C. All right. Has made. Has made is B Bangalore. Okay. This is a typical, what kind of a question it is? It is a typical tense question, tenses. It is testing your tenses and it is testing your subject verb agreement, the knowledge of these two topics, right? So first of all, will make cannot be the answer. Past few days, we're talking about the past. eliminated, right? Then going by subject verb agreement, all the other options can be eliminated because weightlifters, plural. Weightlifters is plural. So if the subject is plural, I need a plural verb. Has is a singular verb, eliminated. Makes is again used for singular subjects. It's a singular verb, eliminated. Option C is the only possible answer here. So that's the answer. So the point that I'm trying to make through this question is that if in the exam you get a parajumble set, okay, and in case you find it extremely difficult, you feel that you will not be able to rearrange it, then also do not leave the fill in the blank, the vocabulary, the grammar questions from that set. At least attempt those, right? That's the point that I'm trying to make through this question. Okay, coming to the next one. Okay, so this is a statement was given to you, statement D. What did that statement say? Let's have a look at it once. The statement said, they did it with incredible nonchalance and grace, betraying what their bodies were actually going through. Okay, so is this correct or not? This is what you have to find, and you've been given 5 options. So you have to tell me which is correct. They did dash. So what should come here? They did it dash. They did it dash. Okay. What should come? See, for grammar, Shivam, some of the common topics, parts of speech is one, but parts of speech is in itself so vast that it covers a lot of topics. So, for example, verb is a part of speech. Now, tenses is a part of that, right? Voice is a part of that. So, when you prepare for your parts of speech, no, you are in a way preparing for a lot of grammar. So, that's one topic. Then, apart from that, subject verb agreement, modifiers and parallelism, articles. So I cannot, these are the major topics that I'm telling you, right? Parts of speech, subject verb agreement, modifiers and parallelism, and this one, articles, right? So I think you should prepare for these, right? And they pretty much cover a lot of grammar. A, C, D, all right. Let's see what the others say. A, C, D. Option E is not visible. Okay, my bad, my bad. I'll just make it visible. Don't worry. Just give me a second. Huh? So this is, yeah. Now it will be visible to you. Okay, okay. RC tones. Nandini, if you've already had one session on RC tones, just look at our previous sessions, go to our videos and go to various, I'll tell you the date when it happened. So I specifically took a session on tones of RC passages, wherein we did a number of short paragraphs and identified their tones, right? Okay, D, C, all right, all right. Let's see what the others say. I hope option E is visible to everybody now. Although I am hanging mid-air, but I hope option E is visible. CET, Vicky, CET can ask a 7-sentence parajumble. In the past, we have seen a 7-sentence parajumble. Okay. So, however, this can happen that, out of those 7 sentences, 2 are fixed, 1 is fixed. That can happen. Okay. So, effectively, then it becomes a 6-sentence or a 5-sentence parajumble. All right. CA. Okay. Yes, please do like the session. If you're enjoying it, if you're finding value in it, right, then please do like the session. And confused between A and C. All right, all right. So then let's have a look at the solution then. I was expecting more of you to answer here, but let's see. They did it with, that's present in all the options, with dash. Okay, so they did it with a lot of grace. That's what we say, no? We never say they did it with gracious. They did it with gracious. Okay, they did it with nonchalant. Actually, I need nouns here. I don't need adjectives here. They did it with something. I am naming that thing. So I need nouns here. I need names here. So Nonchalant, eliminated right away. So option D should have been the first to be eliminated. Okay. Then to describe the noun, what do I need? I need an adjective. Adjectives describe nouns, right? The adverbs don't describe nouns. So A cannot be the answer. With incredibly nonchalance, no. With incredible nonchalance. With incredible nonchalance. An adverb cannot come here. A noun cannot describe another noun. Okay, I need an adjective. Now, between C and E, why did I prefer C? Okay, why not E? This actually becomes a common confusables question. Yes, very happy that no one said E later on also. Once I showed you the answer, once I showed you the option, no one said E. There's a difference between incredible and incredulous. Incredible और incredulous में difference होता है. क्या difference होता है? Let's see. If I say that something is incredible, that means it's a very valuable, unbelievable experience for you, right? When we say incredible India, that means it's unbelievable. It's so good, right? You can't put a price on it that way. Incredulous, on the other hand, incredulous is someone, yes, if I say that he is a credulous person, that means that person believes people very easily. If I say that he is an incredulous person, that means this person does not believe other people so easily. That is incredulous, right? So incredulous is a word that you use for people, for human beings, people who do not believe other people very easily. Yes, somebody who's always in doubt about others. Absolutely. Not willing to believe easily. So, for nonchalance and grace, I will say it was unbelievable. Their grace was unbelievable. I'll not say that their grace was unwilling to believe others. Right? So, E is eliminated and C is our answer here. Okay. Nonchalance. Who will tell me the meaning? We've done this word. Nonchalance. Yes. Who will tell me? Ankita is asking, why not A? Okay. With incredibly nonchalance. Okay. So with, let's say, let's just change these words. Let's take simple words, right? With, let's say I have to write grace. Now I have to describe this grace. Grace is a noun. What will you say? With extreme grace or with extremely grace? Which is correct, Ankita? With extreme grace or with extremely grace? You would say extreme grace, right? Not extremely. You will put an adjective here and not an adverb, right? So for the same reason, incredible is an adverb. It does not fit here. I need an adjective, incredible. And that's why C. Okay, nonchalant, someone who is very carefree and unconcerned and indifferent. That person is nonchalant. That person is nonchalant. That attribute, that trait is nonchalance. Absolutely. Incredulous, in a way, this person is distrustful, yes. So skeptical, yes, this person is skeptical. We can say that. Correct, correct. Absolutely correct. So good, you know the meaning of nonchalance. Now you know the difference between incredible and incredulous also. And we have done this question also. So it was a combination of grammar and vocabulary for you, right? And in the exam, see, most of you answered C for the previous one, as in you answered correctly. And even for this one, most of you answered correctly. So even if, let's say, you are unable to attempt the parajumble, I suggest that you do attempt the vocabulary and grammar questions, something that I've told you in a number of sessions that we've already had, right? So we've already had some parajumble sessions. So in case some of you feel that your parajumbles are weak, let's say, you can attend those sessions. You can watch those sessions, right? Third statement after rearrangement. Yes, once you've identified your order, it is A, C, E, D, B, F, G. Okay. So what is the third statement after rearrangement? Incredulous is an adjective. Aishwarya, incredulous is an adjective. Be sufficient for CET? I didn't get you, Tushar. No, attempting just these will not be sufficient. You do have vocabulary and grammar also in a significant, amount. Optimistic, yes. This person who's optimistic is likely to believe other people. I can say that. So yes, in a sense, it is antonymous. It is antonymous. Correct, correct. Okay, so we are about to finish our first set. Let's see what you say here. The answer is, of course, D, Delhi, right? The third statement after rearrangement is clearly E. So E is our answer. Now, so see now these questions, you won't take any time to answer these. Sixth statement after rearrangement. Okay, we remember the sequence by heart. Yes, A, C, E, D. Then after that we had which one? We had F, then we had B and then G. So which is the sixth statement after rearrangement? Tell me. Okay. What is the answer for this? Sixth sentence, sixth statement. Quickly, quickly. Okay, so Nali has answered, Victor has answered, Dharmi also says A. All right, all right. Absolutely correct. The answer is A, which is B, right? Okay. Then let's have a look at the next question. Again, these are pseudo questions. These are not even real questions because once you've made the sequence, it becomes very easy, right? So this is my sequence. Tell me which of the following statements remains at its initial place, at its original place, even after rearrangement. Yes. Meanwhile, someone was asking for a strategy for RC passages. Uh, Makarand, I'll share the link. I'll share the link. Give me a couple of minutes. For RC passages, as I've already told you, see, MAH CET does ask a fair number of direct questions also. So it's not that all your questions are going to be indirect. So first thing is that you will prioritize your RC passages, meaning that if you have 3 RC passages, let's say, then you will decide which one you will attempt first. How you will decide that? Based on a couple of sentences that you read from that RC. Okay, so my suggestion is that you can read the opening sentence of every paragraph. That will tell you what the RC is about. Based on that, you decide which RC you're going to attempt first, which second, which third. Then my second suggestion to you is read the question stems first. Okay, because that way you will have a hunch that okay, this is the part, this is okay, when this word comes I have to pay more attention, right? So read the question stems first, then read the RC passage. I hope you will, I think you will have enough time to read the RC passages completely because RC passages in the previous few years have not been very lengthy, 500, 550 words, you can read them completely, right? So read them. Okay, focus more on those words which are there in your question stems and then focus more on the direct questions first. Okay, in case you're stuck in an inference question, a main idea question, please don't remain stuck there. Okay, treat it like a round one, round two thing. In round one, you attempt all your easy questions. Then, later on you can come to the difficult questions. Okay, and in case you are unable to, let's say, guess it at all, just mark a random option and proceed. So this is the RC strategy that I would suggest to you. Okay, and I will share that video with you. Don't worry about it. Yes, please, guys, please like the session. That's all that we ask from you. Yes, and which of the sentences remain in its initial place? That was the question here. And these are your options. So A and G were already in their fixed position. They were correct. So D remains in its original position, right? And what else? That's it. So the answer has to be option C. Okay, so sorted, we have solved this question, this entire set. Okay, and it is going to fetch you 7 marks if you get this entire thing correct, isn't it? So a good payoff that way. All right, all right. Acha, D was also in its correct position. Acha, no, sorry. D was the statement that was in its correct position. All right, thank you, Kinjal. So this was our first set, our first type of question. Now, last year, however, you got the normal 5-sentence parajumble questions, no frills attached. You were given options also. That is an easy. Acha, sorry. One question is the second statement after the arrangement. Oh God, what is the second statement after the arrangement? The answer has to be a sentence beginning with but was the opening sentence. So how to identify such sentences? So Sanil, the thing is that we have to focus on making pairs, making sequences. That should be our focus, right? Because when a sentence begins, when a paragraph begins with but and you are given it as a parajumble, sometimes you may not be able to identify the opening sentence there, because you might not feel that, okay, this is going to be the opening sentence. So mandatory pair, focusing on the sequence, the pairs, that is a foolproof approach. That is why in this parajumble also my major focus was, okay, CET is a sequence, let me see what I can get from there. Right? So focus on pairs, sequences, and you will be doing fine in the exam. Right? Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It's okay, Avinash. Welcome to the session. Okay. Coming to our set 2, which is a 5-sentence parajumble. Right. So here you have options. Let me show you the options before we attempt it, before we read the sentences. Okay. So 2, 1 or 4 is going to be my opening sentence. That's something that I can get from the options. Do not solve completely through options. That's a big mistake. It is very time consuming and it makes you biased also. If I read 2, 3, 1, 5, 4, no, my mind starts feeling, okay, this makes sense. This order makes sense. So don't solve completely through options. My suggestion to you. Okay. So let's now come to our parajumble and let's identify which is the opening sentence if we are able to. So tell me, are you able to identify the opening sentence? Okay, let's see what the opening sentence should be. B, C, all right. Achha, that was for the previous one. Okay, let's see, let's see. Waiting for your responses. Okay, so Anushka says 4 should be the opening sentence. Vicky says 1. Rooster says 4. Okay, okay. 1 says she. All right. Okay, you made a sequence. Prasad has made a sequence altogether. So, our options said that 2, 4 or 1 is the opening sentence, right? Now, all of you are giving me different answers. She showcased. She asserted. Who is this she? Kelly is the name of this person. So when you have such clues, no, when you have these noun pronoun clues, see that if you arrange this in the order of noun first and pronoun later, does it make better sense? So if you do that, does it make better sense? Yes, it does make better sense. Okay. So 2 actually is going to be the opening sentence here. Anyway, identify one mandatory pair for me. Okay, it's okay that we got the opening sentence incorrect. Some of us got it incorrect. Identify one mandatory pair for me here. 2 sentences that you think absolutely belong together. Nothing can come in between them. They're like those lovers between whom nothing can come. Yes, tell me. Some of you are giving me entire sequences. Very good. So one mandatory pair is what I need from you. And we will be done with this parajumble perhaps. 1 and 5. Okay. Others, what do you say? Vicky has answered that 1, 5 is a mandatory pair. Okay. Then some of you say 1, 3 is a mandatory pair. Alright. 3 and 1. Okay. 1 and 3 actually. 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3 is a mandatory pair. Okay. 3, 1. 1, 5. Alright. Alright. 2, 1. Okay. So actually, I felt that 3 and 5 was a very easy mandatory pair to identify. When I read this question for the first time, see, she asserted the right of a woman to own the moment of victory and celebrate it as she wants to. Own the moment of victory and celebrate it as she wants to. Like a male athlete might do. Just like a male athlete might celebrate it the way he wants to. Similarly, she asserted the right of a woman to celebrate as she wants to. So 3, 5 for me was a very easy pair, right? And the moment I identified 3, 5, I narrowed down to 2 options right away. Okay. So all that remained was that where will 1 come? Where will 1 come? And if you look carefully, in 2, I mentioned Kelly, her name. In 1 and 3, I give the pronouns she. And basically, I talk about what she did. She showcased the free-spiritedness of the woman athlete on the sporting field. How? How did she showcase that? कैसे दिखाई free-spiritedness? She actually asserted the right of a woman to own the moment of victory. Okay, perhaps she won and she celebrated like anything. That's how she showed the free-spiritedness of a woman. So, 2, 1, then 3 and then 5. So 2, 1, 3, 5. Okay. And it is particularly refreshing and symbolic that it came. What came? This celebration. This entire thing came on a football field in England where women's football had been banned in stadiums from 1921 for 50 years. Okay. So this is our sequence here. Identify 1 or 2 mandatory pairs and again you are sorted. Okay. So what is the answer? I hope it is clear to everybody now. 2, 1, 3, 5, 4. D. Delhi is my answer. Right? Alright. So I hope this makes sense. Identify 1 mandatory pair, 2 mandatory pairs and through options you will be able to attempt. Okay? Any queries so far, anything that you've not been able to understand in what we've done, just ask away. Okay? Any query that I may have missed, you can repost it. But don't spam. Okay? So let's look at another question, another 5-sentence parajumble. So this is our parajumble here, lengthy sentences as I can see from the question itself. So let me see if my options help me a bit. Can options help me a little? All right, 5, 1 or 4 is the opening sentence. Okay, 5, 1 or 4. And then I have to just fend for myself. I have to make mandatory pairs. So let's see if let's say the opening sentence is clear cut. If it is clear cut, very good. I'm able to identify it easily. If I'm unable to identify it easily, I don't have to be very stubborn about it. I am not getting marks just for identifying the opening sentence, right? I have to make the entire sequence. So easily मिल गया ठीक है, नहीं मिला तो मैं mandatory pairs बनाऊंगी, right? So tell me, do you feel that which one of these is the opening sentence? 5, 4, 1. Any that is very clear to you that it is the opening sentence? Jumble paper. So Rohit and one of you asked this earlier. Actually, I conducted an entire session called Strategy for MAH CET where I talked about this in a lot of detail. What to do if the paper is section wise, what to do if the paper is jumbled, right? I think it was 100 days to MAH CET or something of this sort. So the strategy session is there over YouTube and I give a detailed strategy for that because this is not a 2-minute discussion. So how you attempt vocabulary in that case, how you attempt grammar, how you attempt RC, everything I've provided there. So go and just watch that session. I will provide you a link if I find it, right? Meanwhile, 4, 1 is a pair. All right. 4, 1 is a pair. 4 is the opening sentence. Now, if you feel that. And 1 is the opening sentence. A couple of you said that also. Right. But an overwhelming number of you say 4. Right. And it's easy because here I am giving the full name of this person, Elliot Turiel. Right. Later on, I just refer to him as Turiel, whatever the name is, right? So, absolutely correct. It also gives me the topic, okay? The idea that there is a psychologically real and philosophically important distinction between moral judgments and conventional judgments. So, this is what we are going to talk about in the rest of the paragraph. So, this helps me to eliminate how many of my options? 2 of my options here. These 2 eliminated. So let's see now again. See, I can take the help of options a bit. What will come after 4? 3 or 1? 3 or 1. Either you identify this or make one mandatory pair after reading the sentences carefully. Okay, either identify that. What will come after 4? 1 or 3 or make a mandatory pair and tell me. Yes. Some of you have given me the entire sequence itself. Good. Alright. We'll see if this is the sequence indeed. There are 2 close options in this question. 2 close options here. So we'll see which one is the answer. 4, 3. Absolutely correct. 4, 3. Okay. Because what he did is, elaborated in 3. Okay, so 4 and then 3. That helps me eliminate one more option. So I have eliminated D here. Now, all that remains is deciding the placement of 2. Should it be 1, 2, 5 or should it be 1, 5, 2? 1, 2, 5 or 1, 5, 2? What do you say? Come on, let's see. 1, 2, 5, 1, 5, 2. You can give me your reasons also. Yes. 1, 2, 5, 1, 5, 2 and why also you can give me. Meanwhile, I'm sharing the links of those sessions that we were discussing just now. Right. Okay. Options are making the parajumble sequence easy. Absolutely. Options do make things very easy for us, right? That's why it's relatively trickier in CAT because there are no options there. Debate after introducing the argument. Okay. So see, there is a very pertinent clue here that some of us miss. It should be 152. It should be 152. Why? Because see, he said something, he proposed and defended. Other researchers then argued in turn. Other researchers, in a way, argued in turn. This arguing and counter arguing, this refers to this arguing and counter arguing. This led to an ongoing debate. The debate is still going on. We have come to the present from the past. Okay, we have come to the present from the past. So we first mentioned, okay, this happened in the past, this happened, and this led to an ongoing debate. The debate is still going on, right? About the extent to which moral cognition differs across cultures. So I hope this makes sense. And 152 is the sequence, not 125. The answer is B, Bangalore. Right? Any query, ask me. 152. 2 is based on 5. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. Ongoing was the word here. So words matter in parajumbles, right? And I never tell you that, okay, just read them superficially and you will get the answer. That rarely happens. However, yes, don't keep on reading and rereading them. That is a wastage of time. एक बार read करो पर अच्छी तरह से read करो. Okay, read it well in one go. But you have to read all the words, all the sentences. That has to happen. So B, Bangalore is the answer here. I hope it is clear to everybody. Okay. Number of questions, yes. So number of questions I don't think should change if the paper comes out to be jumbled, right? They have already given the paper pattern, right? Okay. Now, coming to our next question type. So these were 5-sentence parajumbles. Before this we did MAH CET unique parajumble type. Now we have odd sentence parajumbles. So we'll attempt 2 questions on this and you will see how, again, you can have varying difficulty levels in these questions also, and how understanding the theme, baat kya ho rahi hai, understanding the basically the main idea, the crux, the central idea, no matter by what name you call it, that is important in attempting an odd sentence out parajumble, because on that basis you eliminate. And apart from theme, one more thing that's extremely important is the range of discussion. In what range am I discussing something? Am I still on the issue of discussing the problem? In that case, if there is a sentence that gives me the solution, is wrong. It's the odd sentence out, because my paragraph's concern is just to define the problem right now. It's not a complete essay which has to cover everything. It's just a paragraph. So this becomes the odd sentence out then. So theme, scope, once you understand these 2 things, trust me, you will get this right. And they are time saving because here you don't have to make an entire sequence. You just have to identify one odd sentence out. Yes. So look at this question here and let's see what you guys say. Right? Time ही नहीं मिलता समझने का. So roosters, actually I think that's the time pressure that's talking, to be very honest. See, why did I tell you that you have 3 whole minutes to solve that parajumble? Because see, on an average for 7 questions, if I just average out your time, for 7 questions you get 5.25 minutes. That's 5 minutes 15 seconds, right? Now I showed you that out of your 7 questions, 3 were real questions and 4 questions you could tackle once you attempted this one question of making the sequence, right? So in these 5 minutes 15 seconds, you have to solve a parajumble and then attempt 3 questions based on it. Let's say you will be able to attempt these in 1 whole minute. Yes, ये तो 1 minute में हो जाएंगे, 1 minute भी नहीं लगेगा. Let's say 40 seconds में ही हो जाएंगे. You just once you make the sequence, it's very easy. Similarly, the vocabulary and grammar questions, they are also relatively time saving. Let's say you'll be done with them in 30 seconds each. So 1 minute में वो भी complete हो जाएगा. So the rest of the time you have entirely at your disposal to solve that parajumble. That's why I gave you so much time. So we are not short of time. It's just that we panic thinking that we don't have time, right? So it's the time pressure that's talking here. All right. Okay. For parajumbles, how many questions can we expect? Up to 7. Okay. Last year there were 5 parajumble questions, if I'm not wrong. 5 questions that had 5 sentence parajumbles, right? Up to 7 questions we can expect. So some of you feel that 3 is the odd sentence out. Some of you say 4 is the odd sentence out. What do the others say? Yes. I want more responses. Come on. Okay, 2. All right. So just don't listen to time in that case, roosters. Just suppress that voice. Okay, I hope you are understanding what I'm teaching you. In case something is not clear, just be specific and ask me. क्या समझ नहीं आ रहा? I'll explain it. Okay. You just need to tell me what exactly are you unable to understand, right? 4, 2, 3, 5. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see what the others say. 4, 5, 2. That means we are going to see a lot of girls who will, become MBAs in various colleges, in various B schools in Maharashtra. 4 and 5. Okay. So let's discuss this. Yes. And I'm happy that some of you said 4 because 4 is the answer here, right? So very happy. This is not very easy. Let me tell you that also. This is something that's of a moderate level. I can call it relatively moderate, right? So I think that this was clear to us, to most of us, that 5 was not the odd sentence out. Because 5 was telling me what is it that I need money for. Kyun chahiye investment? Why do I need money? Right? Here also I'm talking about mobilizing resources. Here also I'm talking about the financial system. I'm talking about banking. So why do I need all this money? Because I want to phase out fossil fuels. I want to just remove fossil fuels from our lives gradually. So phasing out fossil fuels implies the need for massive investment, even if estimates of the precise figure are subject to significant uncertainty. So it says that बहुत पैसे लगेंगे. We need massive investment, even if the estimates of the precise figure are subject to significant uncertainty. ठीक है, estimates में भी precise नहीं है हमारे पास, but बहुत पैसे लगेंगे. So if you see, 3 is a related idea. 3 is a related idea to 5 because it tells you exactly कितने पैसे लगेंगे, right? It tells you exactly how much money do we need, right? Investments of $5 to $7 trillion per year, right? That's a lot. So that's the kind of investment that we need to phase out fossil fuels. Okay. How can we get this money? That's what has been discussed next year. So we need so much money. And for this it will be crucial to mobilize the resources of financial intermediaries, including banks. So in my opinion, 5, 3 and 2 should not have been marked as the odd sentence out. 5, 3 and 2 should not have been marked. Between 1 and 4. Now that I'm left between 1 and 4, let's see what both of them talk about. One talks about financing the green transition. I think I am also talking about that in 5. We want to make a transition towards a greener world, towards a more eco-friendly world, and we are talking about kaise paise aayenge uske liye. How will I finance this? So even 1 is related. So even 1 cannot be the odd sentence out. But how is 4 the odd sentence out then? Because it also talks about sustainable finance markets. Finance भी है, sustainable भी है, green investment भी है, सब कुछ है उसमें भी. So see, it does not match the range of discussion, the range, the scope as we call it. Because I first tell that we need money, how much money we need, and how this gap will be filled. Whereas 4 starts talking about something that's happening right now. If you see, I give a problem and then I say how it will be solved. It will be solved. How? So the future tense. This starts talking in the present tense and says that in the absence of global coordination, this all is happening. This all is happening. So it gives out different things that are happening, that okay, industry based initiatives are proliferated, fragmenting sustainable finance markets. This is not our topic of discussion. Our topic is we need money and how we will get that money. That is it. Not that what all is happening today. I hope I make sense to you. Why 4 is the odd sentence out? Yes. So 2 is a solution. And in fact, the paragraph is talking about both the problem and the solution. It is not talking about basically the problem of money, the problem of needing money. It talks about that. It doesn't talk about what all is happening right now. It doesn't talk about that. It just tells us we need money, how much, how we will get that, how we will get it. It does not say that, okay, this all is happening currently, how we will get that. So this is not very related to banking, financing. That's why 4 is the odd sentence. आ गया समझ सबको? Yes. Why are we not liking the session? Come on, guys. Why do I have to just tell you this again and again? Right. Uh, just go and press the like button right now. I'm giving you some time. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm searching for the links for those videos that you asked me for. Right. Parajumbles. थोड़ा सा it needs a bit of patience from your end. Okay, some of you who are saying that parajumble is difficult है, थोड़ा सा patience चाहिए, थोड़ा सा calm attitude चाहिए. You need to be calm here. You can't expect to solve a parajumble the way you solve a grammar question, because that is based on your knowledge. आप उसके rules करके आए हो पहले से घर से. Here it's not like that. Here you have to apply your logic there and then, right? Okay. Okay. Marking the wrong one. Always. It happens always. Does it happen always? Comprehending the central theme of the sentences, which consumes time. So, see, you don't have to take out separate time to figure out the central themes. And this is a process that should happen simultaneously when you read the sentences carefully, right? So you won't get stuck there. So make it a simultaneous process. Just like in an RC passage, no? When you read it, when you are reading it, you form connections. You are looking at that thread when you read it. It's not like you go back to the passage and reread it later on. Same approach apply here. Okay. All right. Okay. Total questions are approximately 5 to 7, right? Okay. And I hope that you've liked the session. And now, what is the odd sentence out? We already know. 4 is the answer. Okay? All right. Final question, last question for the day. Okay. A very easy question. Very easy. So tell me which is the odd sentence out here. It is a very easy question, expecting 100% accuracy here. Yes. Let's see. Let's see what you say. All right. Good one, Harish. Okay. क्वेश्चन में ऋतिक आपको बस ये बताना है कि कौन सा ऐसा है जो पैराग्राफ का पार्ट नहीं है. आउट ऑफ द 5 of these, 4 of them will form a coherent paragraph, one of them will not. Okay, in case the instructions are not clear to you, here are the instructions. 5 jumbled up sentences related to a topic are given below. 4 of them can be put together to form a coherent paragraph. Identify the odd one out. Okay, and key in the number of the sentence as your answer. You don't have to really key it in, you'll be given options, right? And I have got some responses already. Okay, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so majority says 2. Majority says that 2 is the odd sentence out. Rutuja has answered so many times. Rutuja, I've got your response. Madhur also says 2. Dharmi says 2. Perfect. Absolutely correct. 2 is the answer. The others form a perfect sequence. See this. There is good reason for that. For what? Something that was probably mentioned earlier in the other sentences. We'll see what that is. Agriculture accounts for 16 to 27% of human-caused climate warming emissions. Oh, okay. We're talking about emissions. But much of these emissions are not from carbon dioxide, that familiar climate change villain. They are not from there. So 1, 3 is clearly a pair. Okay. In fact, only 4% of climate changing emissions in agriculture are from carbon dioxide. Just elaborating 3. That much of these are not from carbon dioxide, just 4% in fact are from carbon dioxide. Now identify between 2 and 5. 5 is talking about emissions. My sentences, the other sentences are talking about emissions. So the sequence here is 5, 1, 3, 4. And you are absolutely correct. 2 is the odd sentence out. This was a very easy question. Okay. Tone of the author, I have been searching for it, but I haven't been able to find it. Okay, RC tone. I'll just comment in the comment section of the video. Okay, once I find it, I'll just put it in the comment section. All right. And if you also find it, Makarand, it happened recently only. I think you'll just have to go 1 month back at the most, and you'll find it. Okay? All right. So I hope this session helped you in understanding what all formats of questions are asked, how to attempt that unique MAHCET question type. So I'll leave you with a couple of suggestions, right? These are your suggestions. First is scan the entire set first in case you get an entire set. Look for mandatory pairs or sequences by reading carefully. Don't think that you can do it just by reading the first word. It doesn't work like that. Read the entire sentences. However, don't keep on rereading the sentences and waste your time. Don't do that. Eliminate using options. You are given options in 5-sentence parajumbles. Make use of those options, right? Make mandatory pairs and just eliminate. Do give the vocabulary and grammar questions based on parajumbles a sincere shot. Okay, very important. Even if you don't attempt the entire parajumble. And lastly, you do have enough time for a jumble question. I just showed you that effectively you have to attempt just 3 questions in approximately 5 minutes. That's not a lot. Trust me. Just keep calm and attempt it. Okay. And these are the, yes, useful style and tone words. Absolutely, Makaran. That was the title. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, if that is the name of the session. This is our schedule for this week. Yes, Naveen sir, Gaurav sir, Savitri ma'am, they're going to take a number of sessions for you. So please attend, and I'm sure you will learn a lot. And yes, this is going on. We have shared the link. Now you can take it easily. It's a free mock, right? It's available till 12 today, right? And yes, do join us for the analysis once the paper happens. I'm sure you'll do that. Thank you so much. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do follow us on social media platforms, and we can stay connected via Telegram. Welcome Surabhi. Welcome Yukta. How many questions came in CET from Parajumbles last year? 5. Up to 7 questions have come in the previous years, right? Welcome, welcome. I'm really glad that you found the words that we discussed. Welcome all of you. Bye. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you've pressed the like button, right? Your sincerity is not perfunctory, a word that we learned today. All right. Not after 12. No, not after 12 home. Yes, do join us for the session on 6th at 7, which is tomorrow, right? 7 p.m. on 6th of August. Welcome. Bye. Have a good night, guys. See you. See you tomorrow. Bye.